In this video, we're looking at political culture. We want to understand the definition of this very important concept and also look at the different categories embodied in this concept of political culture. All right, so by definition then, political culture is the composite of basic values, right? So a lot of things happening here. The composite of basic values, feelings, and knowledge that underlie the political process, right? So let's pause for a minute and take a closer look at this. The composite of basic values, that's values of citizens, their feelings and knowledge about the political process in the environment in which they live, in the space in which they live. The building blocks of political culture are the beliefs, opinions, and emotions of citizens towards their form of government, right? So the building blocks of political culture are the beliefs, one, the opinions, two, and the emotions of the citizens towards their form of government. So how do they relate with the form of government they have? How do they interact with the form of government they have? What is their view and perspective of the form of government they have? That's what this is saying. That's the definition by Lucian Pye. That's the definition of political culture. There are other definitions as well, but this is as good as any definition of political culture. Again, the basic values, feelings, and knowledge that underlie the political process, right? So again, we want to understand what the values are of the citizens, what their feelings are, and what knowledge do they have about the political process in their environment, in their space, in their country, in their communities, whatever the case may be. And then it says here, hence the building blocks, of political culture are the beliefs, opinions, and emotions of citizens towards their form of government. Okay? All right, so it's important for us to have a firm understanding of the definition of this concept, political culture, before we go into the different categories of political culture. Now, there are three main categories outlined by Gabriel, Almond, and Sidney Verba. The first one is parochial. The parochial category includes citizens who don't care about politics. Right, these people just don't care about politics. They go about their daily lives, not worrying about politics. They don't, if anything happens politically, they are not bothered. They don't care to investigate those events and activities of politicians. They just live in society without really bothering about what's going on in their society politically. Right, so they are parochial citizens, don't care about politics. Then there are participant citizens who are citizens that are active in the political process, right? And that's why they are participants. They're citizens that are active in the political process. And what does that mean? It means they pay attention to what's happening in the political process, in the political environment. They participate in the political process by voting. Some of them attend, city hall meetings. They have their input. They take surveys and so forth. They are very active in the political process, right? And then they understand the meaning of being active and being responsible and being part of the political process. This way, they can make decisions. They can make informed decisions when it comes to elections. They know who their leaders are, what their policies are, what the ruling party is all about, what the opposition is all about, and so forth. And then we have the subject category, who are citizens that are passive, right? Citizens that are passive. Now, these people that are passive are different from these people who just don't care about politics, right? So these people are passive. There is apathy, right, in the system, but they are aware of what's going on. They have awareness of what's going on, of political events, but they just don't take any actions. Just don't take any actions to respond to those activities of politicians. They're just simply passive. And they have this mentality that okay, so this is about politics. It really doesn't concern me. I'm not going to take part in this and so forth. So they are passive in the process, right? So let's take a look at this closely. So here it says parochial political culture. Citizens lack knowledge, right? In this category, which goes with this here, this is one, right? Citizens lack knowledge, interest in political input and output, right? Simply lack knowledge, interest in political input and output. Again, they are not interested, don't want to be bothered, etc. In the subject political culture, which is, this is 2 here, this is 2, and this is 2, right? In the subject political culture, there is awareness of the political process, but citizens are less passive participants, right? Again, there's an awareness. There's a general awareness. If you ask them about what's happening in the political environment, they can tell you what's going on in the political environment. But are they doing anything about it? No. Are they participating in the process? No. Are they holding their leaders accountable? No. Right? So they are aware of the process, but there's apathy that prevents them from, really taking part in the process, in political process, and be, and hold leaders accountable. And then the participants, number 3 here, participants, once again, awareness of the process. Citizens believe in the right to participate, right? So not only are they aware of the process, right? Not only are they aware of the process, there is a strong belief that they have a right to participate in the process, right? By electing the leaders, once again, by holding leaders accountable, recalling leaders, attending parliamentary meetings that are open to the public, city hall meetings and council meetings that are open to the public, and so forth. Being part of that process, right? So they're aware of their rights, they're aware of their responsibilities, and they take them seriously, and they take those things very seriously. So these are the 3 main categories when we talk about political culture in a society as a concept. When we talk about political culture, this is what we're talking about. The 3 categories embedded in this concept of parochial, which are citizens who simply don't care about politics, participants who are citizens that are active in the political process, and subjects, citizens who are aware of the political process but are simply passive. There's a lot of apathy in them, and they don't see their role, they don't see the importance of their role in the process. This is political culture.